take the initiative to want to do something. And I must say, if it had not been that it was television, like if it wasn't TV and you could actually do something, you probably would, right? And so that's kind of why I'm sharing tonight the gospel. Because all my life, out of all I've been through, I would not want to have gone through anything I've gone through without God. So everybody's going to have obstacles and going to have hard times and get in dark places and just need to and just feel stuck sometimes and need to know, like, okay, where do I go next? What do I do next? And then need to be and then everybody's going to get in a place where you want to reach out to somebody and nobody have the answers. And that's one of the that seems like it could be one of the worst places in the world. But it's also one of the most beautiful places in the world, because it's an opportunity to get inside and get into a place you've never been before. And so I'm thinking about how I'm yelling at this race car driver, because what I see is an opportunity. I see an opening for him to get inside, and something in me triggers. Now, I've never driven a race car before in my life. I flew a plane once, but that's I was younger then, so I was a whole lot braver. But I've never driven a race car before. So, but I've watched enough races to know that if they can just get in the inside lane, then they can win. And what I learned, though, while watching him finally see what I saw, what I learned was that he saw the opening. But sometimes to get into a place that you haven't been before, or to get into the place where you're going to win, it takes faith. And so that means it may be a little bit risky, because I noticed as the driver was trying to get into that inside lane, trying to get into position, I noticed that the driver, he would go up a little bit, but then he would come back a little bit. He would hold back a little bit, simply because the person who was in front of him was trying to keep him from getting into that lane. So, in other words, all he could probably do was think that, okay, if I'm going to get in there, I'm going to have to get in there with everything I got, because there's a slight chance that once I get in there, he might either knock me off the road. In other words, there's going to be some risk. And so that's kind of what I want to drive home tonight, is that sometimes there's going to be a whole lot of fear in what you're getting ready to step into, or in what's going on around you. But you're going to have to use your faith. You're going to have to activate your faith anyway. And the moment that you activate your faith, the moment that you step out and take the risk, then that's the moment that the grace comes in. See, that place of faith, that place that you got to step out and take a risk, that place is called grace.